What's up everybody, my name is Chris, you are watching my official channel, Chris the Official, and today a video that will appear in two playlists, How to be better and second one, School Survival. The reason why is that this video is once again about how to learn stuff easier, and I'm going to give you here a quick tip that will simply allow you to, just learn some things that are very difficult to understand a bit easier. So it will help you in school, it will help you in life as well. The whole thing and the whole magic is to you analyze what you have to learn. So there are like some texts, for example, in a book to school or in a book about business, about finances. You don't understand anything from the sentence or from the whole, even from whole chapter. Who knows? So the thing is that when you are not understanding it and you feel you'll be tired for sure, don't look exactly for the meaning of each word, and leave it alone when trying to learn those difficult words and remember them all. If it's possible, write down the sentence that you don't understand using similar words that are actually meaning the same. Sometimes two words, for example, may mean the same that can be said in one difficult word. But what's the point of using one difficult word when you can actually replace it with even a sentence that will explain everything that is in that word? So maybe it will be longer, but it will be definitely easier for you to understand, because that whole sentence, even if you learn it by heart, and you will remember it, but you won't understand it. It won't help you. After some time, it will be gone from your mind, and you will forget about it. So the whole thing is to understand the text. Do your best to understand it. If there is some word that is, for example, I don't know. Sorry, I'm after workout. But yeah, I thought that I should make this video. So if you get a word, very simple example that is just for example, okay? If something is enormous, and you are for this example, you are not an English speaker, right? And something is enormous, why not to replace it with very big? Or if something else is like, or for example, that something is fundamental for the theory of something, you can replace it with the basic word. So that something is the basic thing that allows to certain machine to work well, right? So something is fundamental, but sometimes people can't get it, like something is fundamental, and when they get that it is the very basic thing that allows to work, then they are like reaching that easier. Another example, wherever you are. So that may mean actually your garden, your house, your garage, your school. The whole thing is to be able to make the sentence as rational for you as it's possible. Because if something is irrational, then you won't understand it. And the whole thing is that if you want to learn something and be able to use it, you have to get this knowledge into your head. And if you can, and in most of the time you are able to rationalize that, you know, whole sentence, whole chapter, whole book. If it's only possible, do it. I know that it may sound silly after you read your version, but the thing is that, you know, I did such things at school. It's sometimes said that say by your words. That's the whole thing. You are saying by your words how you understand it. And if you say it by your words, but it means and it comes into that point and it explains it, you are just not using those super exotic sentences, it's still good. Of course, some teachers may say that no, you should say it as it should be in the book. In my opinion, in my personal opinion, it's bullshit. If someone is using super strange words, then unless you are specializing in those things, then yes, of course, lawyers, for example, have to, say everything as it should be. But in many cases, for example, at school, you are able, and you should be able, but you are able at most of the time to say it by your words, and that's the whole thing. The rational way for your mind. And I was, I saw many times when the teacher in my school, in my primary school, secondary school, in my high school, even on my university, was giving the chance to someone explain something in a rational way for them. The example from my life that actually was quite funny situation was the exam from Europe integration on my university, and the guy was really strict and he wanted to people actually think. And my friend who learned everything but she didn't understand it, she didn't pass it. And when I came in, he was like, alright sir, so explain it to me. And you know, we've been using keys, we've been using mug, we've been using everything, and I've been explaining it as I understand how it looks, the trade. The mug was the USA, the keys were, you know, United Europe, and something else was the countryman, and you know, it was everything by myself, how I understood, and you know what? I passed it. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Have an awesome day and see you in another episode of How to Be Better and School Survival. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and rate, of course. See you. Bye.